information from the wrong one. We need to be able to think critically and evaluate the information we receive. As you see in this chart, Asian countries such as Japan, Korea, China, and the Philippines are high credibility of media. This may sound like a good thing, but the high credibility of news shows how much people depend on them. For example, Japan, according to a recent survey conducted by the Japanese cabinet, 80% of the Japanese people said yes to the statement, crimes committed by young people are increasing. But this is not true. Actually, the number of crimes held by young people has decreased by half since the 1980s. Then, why did so many Japanese believe in opposite? The reason is because they had so many media reports about juvenile crimes that people believed they were increasing. This is just one example in which people's thoughts get controlled by what they receive from the media. We will give another example where the media control the public opinion because of the lack of media literacy. The case we will talk about is the Matsumoto sarin attack. This was a poisonous gas attack by almost cult group. It took place in Matsumoto, Nagano Prefecture, on the night of June 27, 1994. 8 people were killed and more than 200 people were injured by the sarin gas. At first, the media blamed a person named Yoshiyuki Kono for the attack, even though there was no evidence to show that he was responsible. In fact, Mr. Kono was actually one of the victims of this crime. It took a whole year for him to finally be proven innocent of this terrible crime. We think there are 2 reasons why such a mistake happened. First reason is that the media was not responsible and lacked media literacy. They reported false information with emotional expressions in order to gain high viewer rates. Oftentimes, news media release information that is not correct before they check it because they want to be the first to report it. Second reason is because the public lacks media literacy. It is natural for the public to be emotional of this topic because the Matsumoto sarin attack was such a terrible tragedy. However, it is necessary for people who receive information to be critical of them. This case clearly shows that the information clearly shows the importance of media literacy.
Now I'd like to explain our solution. Our solution is for elementary schools to have more discussion-based classes and make the students to think on their own. We had an interview on a teacher of Tsukuba University Elementary School, which is one of the most leading elementary schools in Japan. During the conversation, he repeatedly emphasized the importance of discussions among the students. He claimed that what teachers really have to teach is how to solve problems without answers. Therefore, discussions are necessary in the field of education. Teachers can help the students by providing background knowledge of discussion. In Tsukuba Elementary School, teachers do one thing that is very easy and yet very effective. It is to ask questions. Asking questions makes students to think on their own because if they know that the teacher is going to ask questions, they will need to prepare for it. Now I would like to evaluate our proposal and point out challenges and difficulties expected. One problem to the solution is the lack of experienced teachers. We mean experienced as experienced in carrying out discussion-based classes. Since the majority of the elementary school teachers are only experienced in one-sided classes, we expect difficulty in transition. This problem can be solved by holding more study sessions among the teachers and work on their discussion skills. Another problem is the population gap between the rural and the urban. For example, in Hokkaido Prefecture, Japan, the number of elementary schools and middle schools combined has halved since 1960, and there are schools that have only 3 students a class. Discussion-based classes are not effective in such classes because the students cannot listen to many other students' perspectives. This problem can be solved by adopting live video chatting system and connect multiple schools. Some schools in rural areas are already utilizing this technology. By doing so, the population gap will not lead into academic gap. This is true not only in Japan, but also for other countries. First, we explain current problems in society, in media, and in the public. Second, we introduced one case that clearly shows the importance of media literacy. And third, we proposed what the current elementary schools should do. We strongly believe that problems we addressed can be overcome through media literacy education, and we believe that our proposal suits the need of the current society. Now, I would like to ask everyone in this room, do you want your kids to be controlled by the media, or do you want them to be able to utilize the media? Thank you.